Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited for today's video because it's the very first time that I finally film another beauty video. I haven't sat down to film. You guys know that I've been moving and you've seen my vlog videos, and I finally have this set up in a way that I like it and that you can see me. I did film a video previously. It was a few days ago and it looked really dark, so I didn't like it at all. I'll try to show you a little clip right here. And I just didn't like it. It was off. Like, everything was off. I was still playing with the lights and stuff. I don't have my ring light anymore, so that's why I'm sitting down filming finally for the first time again. And I really like the lighting. I feel like you can see my natural color. Like, even my hair color doesn't look... Before I had black hair, but it was still like... It looked darker on camera, and I also looked really washed out for some reason. And right now I feel like you can see my natural skin color, you can see my natural hair color, you can actually see me. Before, I felt like with the ring light, and maybe it was the color of the room, I looked really orangey, or not orangey, but like yellowy and washed out. So I don't think I look like that anymore. I really like it. But anyways, if you want to see the way that I created today's look, it's not like my favorite makeup look or my favorite makeup of the moment or anything like that. It was just me putting on a lot of makeup and a really full coverage type of makeup. Not full coverage, but like a really... Not full coverage, like I covered up baked my face and everything. No, it's just like I really put on makeup today because every single time that I don't wear makeup for a long time and then I do, I'm like, okay, slap that makeup on me, you know what I mean? So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see the way that I created it, then keep watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I don't even know exactly what look I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna do something more like on the warm side, but we'll see. So I'm gonna begin with my eyes. I did already do my eyebrows and I cleaned them up, so I do have a little bit of concealer, but I am gonna go in first with concealer on my eyelids instead of an eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna go in with the concealer. So I'm gonna use, actually I was gonna use this one, but I think I'm gonna use the same one that I used to clean up my eyebrows, and it's this one by Amazing Cosmetics, and it is the Amazing Concealer, and just apply this all over my eyelid. This is a very full coverage concealer, as you can see, big time. I'm so glad that I figured out how I wanted my setup. Look at how white I look on my eyelids. How I wanted my setup, just because I was trying to do it from a different angle, and it just wasn't working for me. Like, everything was in the way, and I don't know, I didn't like it. And right here I have two big windows in front of me, so it's perfect since I filmed during the day. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take my beauty blender because I hadn't used this one as an eyeshadow primer. I've just used it as a regular concealer, but man, it's full coverage for sure. This is in the color Ivory, in case you're wondering. It's a very light shade, so if you're my shade, my tone, like my skin tone, like even for down here it's a little too light, so I would probably go with like one shade darker, but I make it work just because, I mean, I use it mainly for brightening, but at the same time it's a little bit too light. So I'm gonna use the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. I haven't used this palette in a long time, and I'm gonna set my concealer. I hadn't used this palette in a long time, so I don't know what look I am going to do with it, but I'm going to use the color Peanut Butter, which is just this warm toned. And I'm just going to look at how good that concealer is. It's like not even setting. I'm surprised. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and start on the outside, but I'm going to use this color all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to use the Butter Pecan color. I think that's going to brighten up my eyelid, and it has a little bit of shimmer, so it's really pretty. Okay, but before I put that eyeshadow on, I'm going to spray a little bit of this liquid. This is actually a setting spray, but I've used it to add some more, like, to vamp up the color, or to, how do you say it? You get what I'm saying, like to brighten up the color, to make it really show up. And I've been using this mist for that, and it works just fine. So I'm just going to use it again. This one, it's called Sebum Clear Pore Mist. So it's pretty much to prime your face for your makeup, or to use as a setting spray. That color, and apply it all over the eyelid. And these shades are very pigmented. I just like to use it to make it show up just a little bit more. And take my blending brush and just blend that out a little bit. I think I'm just going to leave it these two colors. Maybe I should add a little bit of brown, I'm not sure. Okay, so just to give it a little bit more of like something a little bit darker, I'm gonna use the color Truffled, which is this one right on top. And I'm just gonna apply that on the outer part, and then I'm gonna work my way in. I kind of want to do more like an outer V, like in, I know it says the outer V, but like a V shaped going up, just to, you know, open up my eyes a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the blending brush I was using and just go ahead and blend that out. And honestly, there is no reason for a tutorial today. Like, oh man, I got concealer on my brushes. Oops, I have a napkin right here and I'm cleaning my brushes in case I have like old product or something. But I had concealer on there, and to wipe off the concealer that I use on my hands. Today's video, there's no, like, today's tutorial is not like my everyday look or my favorite look of the moment or anything like that. It's just sitting down and filming because I haven't worn makeup in a long time, honestly. Ever since before moving, while moving, and after. Right now, it's like I'm barely, like, I feel good about how everything is organized. Everything at first was like everywhere, so you know how that is if you've ever moved. But I'm finally feeling good and I have a good setup right now. I'm just so happy. Now I'm going to use an eyeliner on my waterline. I'm going to use this one by Urban Decay, the 24/7. And I'm also going to do the top eyeliner. I'm going to do a little wing, and I'm going to use this one called Pro 8. It is in the color black. And it's just a gel eyeliner. Ever since I got my new prescription and my new glasses, I feel like I can't see at all without them, and I can only see really, really good. Before, I used to not wear my glasses and it would be fine, like it wasn't a big difference, because I could almost see, not the same, especially from far away, but I could still see everything like pretty good. And with my glasses on, it was like very similar, especially like my camera or things, you know, very close up. But right now I feel like my new prescription was a little bit different, so I can see like super clear with my new glasses, and I feel like I can't see at all without them. So I can barely see the viewfinder. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye. That looks really good. I liked it. I liked it with this brush. I'm pretty sure I hadn't used it with this brush. I've used it with a really, I had it ready just in case I wanted to use it, but with an angled brush. But I'm not going to be needing that. I really like it with this one. This one is by Derma Edis. It is the Vitamin C Renewing Moisturizer. It looks just like this. And it is like yellowy from the inside, like the actual product. Even though I haven't been doing my makeup a lot, like hardly ever, I have been doing skincare, face masks and the sheet masks, and washing my face and using toner and just really taking care of my skin and also my hair. I haven't really been curling it or styling it. It's pretty much been in a ponytail or like in a, like I just wear like a baseball cap, but I've been putting like treatment in it, and just since I'm not doing anything to it and I know I'm not going to style it the next day, like the days that I hadn't, I would just put treatment in it or just spray something after I would take a shower and just leave it there, and my hair has really gotten a little nicer, like it's movable. So now I'm going to use this Pixie Glow Booster, and I'm going to use this one underneath my foundation. This one's in the color Pink Pearl. Like, I like it. Like, it just makes it look like kind of not dewy, but just healthy, like a glow, you know what I mean? So now I'm gonna use this primer by Lancome, the one that I use all the time. Next, I am going to use a color correcting concealer. This one is by Benefit. It's the Erase Paste that I use all the time. A little bit of this and just kind of put it there. So I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. So sometimes I apply this concealer before or after my foundation because I don't apply my foundation on my under eyes too much anyways. So this one is the Lancome foundation. I have it in the color 320 Bisque Warm. This is the way that it looks. And this one is a little tricky sometimes because sometimes it wants to be my perfect shade and other times it wants to be too dark for me. But right now, the last time that I wore it, it was like my perfect shade. It was the last time that I did my makeup and it was good. But once I start getting light, it doesn't really look that great. Like the color is a little too light, too warm. But my face is way lighter than the rest of my skin, so like the rest of my body, so that's why it works. Like you can see it, I mean it looks pretty good. It's my face and my chest. Like you can see my arms are kind of tannish, but my chest isn't. I don't know why. If I wear a shirt like this, my arms and my chest should get a little bit of tan, but they don't. Like it doesn't. Maybe it's the moisturizer. Maybe because I do apply a little bit of moisturizer all the way down to my neck. I don't know why, but my neck is pretty light. I'm gonna contour a little bit or kind of bronze up my skin, and I'm gonna use this multi-stick by that I got from Mimi Box. So it's called it's one of the Mimi Box brands. Mimi Box sells Korean skincare products from other companies and also their own. So this one is one of their own, and this one's called multi-stick. See, it's not really like a full contour or harsh contour or anything. It's just to kind of, that's why I said kind of bronze or contour my face, just because it's not really obvious, not too much. And I always try to remember to put my concealer before my contour if I'm using a cream contour, but I forgot. So now I'm just going to take the same concealer that I used for my eyelids and I'm gonna apply a little bit on my under eyes because it's really light, and I'm gonna use my finger for this because this one is a thick concealer. Look at how I only put a little dot, but it's plenty, and it is gonna look really light, you guys. Okay, so I am gonna set it, blend it in a little bit, but you can see how bright it is and how full coverage it is, you guys. If you want to big time Kim Kardashian glow, I guess this is the way to go. So now I'm gonna set my concealer. Actually, I'm gonna blend it in a little bit more. So the bottom part of my beauty blender has a little bit of foundation, so I'm just going over that to kind of blend it in. It has a little bit of foundation product and then the concealer, so it tones it down just a little bit. So now I'm gonna set it. Hold on, there's a little bit more that contour. Okay, so now I'm gonna set it with my NYC loose powder. This is my favorite powder for setting my under eyes. I just like shake it once. I already did it twice, so I'm gonna make a mess probably. And it's not like the packaging, I mean, whatever, you know, all loose powders pretty much make a mess. I'm gonna take this little pointy tapered brush and just set my concealer. I love using this powder to set my concealer. I'm not really gonna bake. I'm just gonna like take it right off. Use this powder to really bake, to really clean up the side of your contour and stuff. I'm not gonna do that today, but you obviously can. I'm also gonna set the rest of my face using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I'm just gonna set my whole foundation just a little bit. I don't really like to powder up my foundation just because I like the finish of my foundation. I just don't want it to move around. So I pretty much just go like this, and I use that for like everything. I'm gonna finish up the eyes because I didn't do the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take the same color peanut butter and put that on the bottom first. And then I'm gonna take another brush and just blend that out. I'm gonna take the color Truffled, which is a dark brown, and just apply that right on top of it. And let me see, I'm gonna spray it. Where's my spray? I'm gonna spray the brush. It's just a tiny little brush. Is it clean? Why doesn't it look clean? Oh, but it is. Okay, and I'm gonna take the color Butter Pecan, which is the one that I used on my eyelid, and apply that on the inner corner. Apply that on the inner corner and also a little bit on the lower lash line, but like on the inner part. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my eyelashes, and I'm gonna do the waterline, the lower lashes first, and then apply a little bit on the top lashes. No, I'm not liking it with this mascara. Where is my other mascara? So I was using the roller lash, but I'm actually gonna use the Mega Effects by Avon. I just really like this one because it gives me like instant eyelashes. It doesn't take me too long to do my lower lashes. Because a lot of product comes out. I feel like with like the roller lash, I have to go over it and then go over it again to give me some volume. But with this one, it's like with not one swipe, because obviously I'm doing a few, but at once. You know what I mean? Next, I am going to use some falsies. These eyelashes are the Demi. My camera turned off, but it didn't tell me why. Okay, so my camera already turned off 3 times. It doesn't tell me why though. It doesn't say that the memory is full. I think the battery was hot. I changed it, so... Okay, so I already applied my falsies, and these are the Demi Wispies by Kiss. I know another brand has Demi Wispies. I guess they're just the same name. Put a little bit of mascara under there. Okay, so my eyelashes are done, but while they're drying, I'm gonna continue on with the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna use this bronzer by e.l.f. This one is their Healthy Glow bronzer, and this one is in the color Sunkissed. I use a Real Techniques brush to apply that, and it just gives me a pretty glow. And just on here, because it's kind of like a glow. It's not really like a deep dark bronzer or anything. And I'm also gonna do my highlight and blush because I haven't done that. I use this one also by Pixie. It has a highlight and a blush. So with my little angled brush, we're gonna take that and apply it. And with my Real Techniques brush, I'm gonna take the highlight. So just taking a little bit of this contour palette, I'm gonna take a little bit of the contour shade and just apply it on, was it with this brush? Yeah, that's fine, I'll just use this brush and just apply it a little bit on the outer part of my nose, because that concealer really brightened up the sides of my nose. I gotta put it too close to my nose so it looks like white, and then the highlight, so it's just all, it has like no color to it. Okay, so now for lipstick, I'm gonna use the Lip Lingerie. This one's in the color Corset. It's a very cool toned color. Let me see if I can get the other one. Okay, so instead of that one's not it. Yeah, I got the one in the color Corset, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on top. This one is the Ruffle Trim, so I think it's a little bit more warmer. I feel like this one is very cool and it makes me look really pale. Like, it doesn't look that bad, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more color. This is the way that it looks. I really liked it. It's like very simple but still kind of glamish. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's just more on the neutral tones, and then the color. I really like the lip color. It matched up really well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. It was really fun for me to also be filming in my new area. I'll try to show you a little clip so that way you can see the way it was previously, and the lighting was not good, so I wasn't really happy with the way that it looked. But I really like that with this lighting, I look like my true self. I feel like with, maybe it was the color of my room since it was a very light purple, and then there was a window behind me, and then I had the big ring light, so everything was really bright and I was really washed out, and you couldn't really tell what my skin color was. Like, it wasn't true color. Like, I looked just like washed out, really white, and you couldn't see my redness or my dark circles. Not that that's a good thing to have. I mean, everybody has it, but it's normal. It's like natural, you know, people have that, and so do I, but you can't see it when I have all these lights on. And you can also see my actual hair color. I really like that too. But anyways, that is it for today's tutorial. Hopefully you guys liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.